Hi, my name is James, and this is Know Thyself. This is a sacred place where we learn to transform our wounds into wisdom and our insights, or our ignorance into insights. And today is a very significant and beautiful day for me, not just because it's my 43rd birthday today on January 11th, 2026. It is a day of revival and resurrection of my soul, as I realize I have completed a 30-year cycle from age 12 to 42. It has been my dark night of the soul, my underworld, my Jonah in the whale, and by the grace of Spirit, I have been able to endure these trials and come out somehow more whole. And this is the essence of what I'm offering here in this channel. It's a sacred space for us to know thyself. And what does that mean? That means not an intellectual knowing, but a deep inner, heartfelt, felt in your body knowing, where the head and the heart come together. And the reason why I'm sitting right here, right now, on these boxes is 8 years ago, sitting on those stairs, Spirit revealed to me that the source of my wounds, the source of my deepest wound, my Fisher King wound, the unnamed wound that has been causing me to bleed internally, to live but not truly live, has been from my father. And now my father is supporting me where I'm at right now in my life. And that's grace. And that has only been possible from me doing the inner work, not expecting him to change, but looking inside of me and seeing him as a mirror, as a human. And I see that as my greatest accomplishment. And there's a long way yet to go. So this is the place where I discovered my deepest wound, and this is not just my story. This is every man's story. We all have an unnamed wound that we're carrying. It doesn't have to be childhood trauma or anything like that. Life is a trauma. Some might even say God is a trauma. The mystery of suffering that creates a space for the light to come in, the wounds. And that's why I'm sitting on these boxes. These boxes represent the dissociation, the fragmentation that we come into this world, trying to put ourselves back together again. It's the myth of Osiris, the disembodied god whose sparks of being are scattered throughout the whole world. That is the story and myth. That is the meaning of the soul's journey to wholeness. And that's the path I'm on. And if that's the path you're on, welcome. this place is for you. So I wanted to read this poem I wrote. And it was actually, and this is, I want to show you, this is how Spirit speaks to me. He speaks to me he speaks to all of us, through our dreams, through our art, through our poetry, through our songs. And this has been one of my greatest revelations, to see how, even when I didn't have a witness to my own pain growing up, I had a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, my 15-year-old mystic self leaving breadcrumbs for me. And when I read my poetry, it heals me, because that awareness, consciousness, is the antidote to unconsciousness. So I would like to read this poem to you, and here we are. I'm sitting on two boxes. Down there it says 1 of 2. And the name of this poem is called Survivor 1 of 2. And I wrote it October 15th, 1998, when I was 15. So it goes something like this. I tracked back to the site where the crash was first spotted. Nothing but debris scattered everywhere. All along the shore, we didn't quite make it to the solid land we hoped for. I searched through the piles of wreckage to see if I could find any trace of our love. But nothing, not even a smoking ember. All was lost in the soft collision of a December kiss, and tumbled into the unsearchable depths of the sea, unretrievable. The dreams of uncertainty we shared now fall as ashes of confirmation from the air. What was never spoken, now clearly declared. All that remains is a gray mass of decaying memories, a scrap of what I always believed was gold, reveals a painful truth of why we fell out of the sky. There weren't any wings on our love to make it fly. So what were we thinking when we pushed it off the cliff? The number's 1 of 2. Was I the only survivor? I look up for any trace of you. Nothing but footprints outlined in wet sand, leading back into the sea. I didn't know what that meant when I was 15, but I do now. And that was the dissociation of my soul. I've been trying to find it in the footprints, the wet footprints outlined, in wet sand, leading back into the sea. Those have been the breadcrumbs that Spirit has left me throughout all my life, through dreams, synchronicities, piles of trash. And that's the power of Spirit. That's the power of knowing thyself. You're getting to witness what that looks like right here, right now. And I can't think of a greater gift I could give on my birthday. So let's unbox this bad boy. What do you say? Any guesses on what it might be? What amp it might be? And furthermore, this is what dissociation looks like. This is our life. We come into this world with these gifts. They just seem like boxes. We're unable to access them. They're just a heavy weight. And they express themselves as depression, anxiety, addiction. And when our gifts are fragmented and dissociated from our awareness, they remain in our psyche, in our soul, in the house of our soul as boxes. And that's what we've come here to do, is unbox these boxes. And another thing I noticed, I put this acorn on here. And that's what these are. These boxes are acorns. They're acorns inside of us that represent the potential, our talents, our gold that are waiting to be brought forth. And that takes an effort. It takes awareness. And these boxes stay as seeds in the depths of our souls. We carry seeds without them ever sprouting into trees. And that's what this channel is about. That's what this work is about. Every wound is an opening. And just as Spirit has revealed to me about my own father, the hand that hurt me is the hand that helps me. The hand that heals me. The hand that holds me. And now I'm opening, we'll start with this one, the head. So I'm getting to open these boxes. I originally had them boxed up to sell. When Spirit finally got through to me and showed me that this was my soul that I was selling, I quickly recanted. And these boxes have been sitting here for months. And it's on my birthday that we are now opening them up. If I can figure out, I don't even know how I did it. These boxes were actually, I had to custom make them for this project. This is the essence of Gnow Thyself in action. Ah, there we go. Any guesses yet on what type of ant this is? Comment below right now. You can figure it out. This is a very rare and unique ant. Only 226 or so were made. And I'm getting to open up a package that I sealed up as my own birthday present on my birthday. I love it. I don't know how I did that. Oh man, how did I lock this up? There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh wow. Make sure everything's still right. We'll keep it right here. All right. Any guesses yet? Look how I packaged this. I packaged this thing so perfectly and carefully, only for myself to open it back up. All right. You ready? Find out who she is. Risky business, I know. I got you. Look at this. Expert packaging. Who did this? Oh, God. Look at that. Man. Give that man a raise. There we go. Any guesses? Any final guesses? Oh, we still don't know what it is yet, do we? Oh, yes, this feels amazing. Soldano. See, it's my soul, Dano. Yes, Soldano, Lucky 13 amp, baby. See these? These go to 13. Did your amp go to 13? I didn't think so. All right. Now, let's get into this one. What did I do with my knife? Oh no! I got another knife, so we're using another knife for this one. The blue knife. Man, I packaged this up so good. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but these boxes were originally wardrobe boxes. I might need to. I gotta go to power cable, foot pedal. How am I going to get this thing out of here? I'm going to have to turn it upside down. Yes! I'm going to have to flip this thing over. Get it out. Oh, come on. Alright, here we go. Whoopsie. Come on. I have to turn it upside down and get it. No way I'm lifting that up out of there. Yeah, I know it'd be easier if I had someone else to help me out here, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, there's one. Alright, here we go. Guide her down slow. Alright. Okay, come on. Woo! Yeah. There she is. Upside down, turn around, right. a little banged up, but so am I. There she is. The head and the heart. The masculine, the feminine. Wholeness, coming together. The soul, the Soldano. All right, now let's take her upstairs and plug her in. Oh my God, clear this stuff out. Nothing but debris scattered everywhere. See, just like the poem. Alright. Now I'm not supposed to be lifting anything heavy because I have a twice broken back, but this has got to be done. Oh my God. Here we go. Oh shh. Step at a time. Okay, we're still one step at a time. Okay, one step at a time. Okay, one step. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, we can do this. We got this. Push. Okay. Made it to the top. Oh shit. Okay, we're good. We're good. Got it. Okay, we're in through the door. Woo! Ouch. Okay. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh. We got this. Woo! Oh my God, this thing's heavy. Oh. Alright, we made it to the top. Alright, we made it to the top of the stairs. Now I just need to set her up right there. All right. The moment of truth. Now, the only thing that's left is to turn her on. Figuratively. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do I have it plugged in? What? What did I do wrong? Oh. Hold on. False alarm. It's a new power strip. Here we go. The moment we've been waiting for. And that's one of my favorite things about this amp is that the light is purple. And like I said before, these go to 13. All right, it's time for a moment of truth. There's that purple light I've been waiting to see all my life. She's on, she's working, she's warming up, and as she warms up, I'm gonna warm up. No. All right, let's yes. All right, I'm gonna play a little ditty I wrote called "Digging for Gold," and it's about digging for gold. But it might not be the gold you're thinking of. All right, hit it, DJ. That would be neat. Hit it. Thank you for being a part of this process and this ritual of reclaiming the boxed parts of our soul and making the dedication to retrieve those lost parts of ourselves so that we can become whole. Once again, thank you. My name is James, and this is what it means to know thyself. I hope you will come back again and join us again for another journey into the center of self. Thank you. So yesterday when I filmed the unboxing, I was reflecting on whether or not did I get it right? Did I get the analogy right? The boxes, the analogy of my resurrection, and I was just wondering, I asked Spirit, is this making sense? And what he showed me, he led me to this book that I've had for years, and I haven't even actually read it, but I came straight to this passage. And this is a book on the ancient mysteries. And I turned right to this page after holding this question, and this is what I wanted to show you, is that this is how Spirit, this is what it means to know thyself. It doesn't mean knowing everything. It just means loving life and spirit with all of your being and being humble enough to be guided. And you don't have to know it all. You just have to love it all. And it says this here: the discovery is made by the candidate himself, finding himself in the quarter of divine love, symbolized by the heart, and realizing that he has successfully passed through the quarter of death, has actually died, been buried, and still lives. He awakens to the grand realization that in order to express divine love, he must see in every man that same spark of divine fire he knows shines within him. He makes the discovery that he himself is an expression of the word, that every human being has the same source as himself, that each and every soul is a worker in the universal temple. He makes the discovery that every human soul is a brother or sister, journeying toward the same goal, each following the light within him, according to the dictates of his own conscience, each actuated by the same divine fire, whether the results of their actions be for right or wrong, they are still entitled to brotherly love, which includes forgiveness. And that's when it hit me that this is what it's all about. This is what I've been going through, a very deep, beautifully orchestrated spiritual process that I've been largely unconscious of, but I've been doing the work. And what does that mean? I've been staying in the fire. I've been running from it. I've run from it for sure. But I always keep coming back to it. And it's the breadcrumbs like this. And then I realized another breadcrumb with this is a drawing that I did 4 years ago. And look at this. It's all boxes. And look at this. It shows 1, 2 boxes being opened up and a balloon's coming out. This is another proof, another breadcrumb that Spirit has been speaking through to me for this very moment of unboxing this amp that is my soul, Soldano. And furthermore, as another breadcrumb, when I was thinking about all this, am I getting this right? Am I presenting this concept in a clear way that this is not just a fantasy of mine that's happening? I'm simply recognizing that I've been engaged in a huge, long, beautiful process. And it took a conscious choice to participate in it. And I participated in it by searching. All of my life, for the last 30 years, I've been searching, going from religion to religion, cult to cult, relationship to relationship, staying out of relationships, like for the past 10 years. And so I discovered this poem that I wrote, and the date is January 12th, 1997. Exactly this day is the 12th, 29 years ago. And this poem is called Busy Signal, and it perfectly describes my whole life's journey, my whole life's longing. And I can't even tell you what this means and how this feels. So I'll just read this. I'll read the poem. No one, anywhere, any place, any time, need a friend, hang up and dial again. Too busy, too tired, or just avoiding. My unpredictable life becomes a pattern of nothing. Call up my best friend, never too busy, never tired, always doing something, but never wired. His fellowship, a blast. Why his number, the one I call last? A mirror is placed in front of me to help me see from his perspective. Challenged with the question, are my complaints the way I live? So I call up my best friend. Wow. That poem just described the dissociation. No one, anywhere, anytime, any place. Need a friend. Everyone's too busy, too tired. My unpredictable life becomes a pattern. That's the 30 years of wondering. A pattern of nothing, of dissociation, being disconnected from my anima, my feeling. All boxed up. And that's what we're doing. We're unboxing the soul. And so for my other breadcrumb, you see this whiteboard here? I started randomly just compiling symbols on it to trying to create my own mythology when I had a very significant many ego deaths along this path. I was trying to recreate a symbolism that made sense to me, that made life have meaning, basically. So what it says, temple, building your life into a living house of the curious Lord of the universe. I don't know, can you see that at all? I don't know if you can see that. But up here, there's a hammer, and I call it Father Hammer, Mother Anvil. And in the middle is Spirit forging a cross, a red plus and a blue minus sign, the opposites being formed. And that's essentially what I've been doing. I've been holding the opposites, these internal dualities that we all have, consciousness, unconsciousness, good, evil, love, hate. And that's the story of alchemy. If we hold these tensions within ourselves long enough in the fire, a third transcendent thing comes forth, and that is spirit. And that is the simplest way I can put it. And we will keep coming back to this theme, and this is the essence of Know Thyself. It's not about chasing the gold. It's about becoming the gold. And that's a big difference, because the majority of people and the tendency of our lives is to chase the gold, the kingdom out there. And I used to always hate it when people said, look inside. Because I've been looking inside since I was 14 and saw nothing. I didn't know where to look. So I looked everywhere. And 30 years later, I finally hear the busy signal. I finally hear the call to look inside of what ails thee. And that is when I had my most profound turning point. Is when I realized that my father was the source of my greatest wound. I knew it, but I didn't know it. And ever since then, that realization, and that's all it was a realization that brought it all into alignment, where I finally experienced the emotion and the pain of it all. That's when the transformation started happening 8 years ago, the really deep transformation. And 8 years after that, I find myself living with my father in a house that we co-own together. I did not want to be in this situation. I resisted it. I just wanted to sell the house and leave. But that's not what Spirit doesn't let me get away with things that easy. And this is how I know Spirit's guiding me, because he puts me in situations that are hard. This is hard. The hardest thing is been seeing the man that I've always seen as a monster. Seeing him as a human being, as a wounded boy, just like me. That's what changed my life. Not only did I forgive him, I had to change the way I saw him. And in changing the way I saw him, I could finally see the way Spirit has always seen me. Through eyes of compassion, seeing the whole of me, the light and the shadow. And that's what this path is about. It's not about being perfect. It's about being whole enough to show up and do the work. So now I would like to invite you on this sacred journey of unboxing your soul. Not just for yourself, but for the world. The world needs your light. The world needs your love. It's not out there. And trust me, I've looked. It's not out there. So this invitation, it's not about knowing it all. It's about admitting I don't know it all. But I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to love and see those the way Spirit sees them. What ails thee? Are you ready to look inside? If you are, you're in the right place. know thyself together. And I'm feeling a little brave right now, and I'll sing a song, original song that I sang to my dad, which is something I've never done. And I'm probably gonna screw this up, but this is where I'm at. My voice still developing. This song is called Shipwrecked with Beauty. One of these days I'll get it right. Take the dare to look inside. I've been running from this monster. Finally turned around and faced it. It was wearing my face. Just wanted my embrace. Now we'll never be alone. I was so hurt, I put on a stone shirt. I could win every fight, I could knock out your lights. I have a magical reindeer, an eye on every hair. Projects all my fear on anyone who draws near, but I couldn't survive that golden snake bite. Sing to me, don't rapture me, I wanna be left behind. Don't rapture me, I wanna see the sun shine. Don't rapture me, I wanna be. Don't rapture me, I'm still growing.